Hi, it's Roger here with our latest episode, What Happens in Melbourne. I'm about to get onto stage and you're going to see me up there in a moment with everyone in there as well. For those of you who just put your comments in about whether I should continue the channel or not, thank you for that. We're only a couple of days in, so we're going to continue, collect comments, and I'll be mentioning on the next video exactly what we're planning to do. And it is a Q&A video, so make sure you ask your questions, put them down below, and we'll get to them in the upcoming video. Now, we're going to head onto stage. Let's see what happens up there. Hi, it's Roger here with episode 35 of Entrepreneur TV, and I'm on stage right now because I'm actually in Melbourne, and whoa, there's a whole bunch of people here as well. Could everyone say hello to the world? Hello. So why are we doing this? Because you might have noticed that I actually put that video up, episode 34, which is right here, so my little here, which basically was just asking, should I continue with this or not? And there's some really great replies. Thank you everyone who replied. I'm putting it on the screen so everyone can see it on the screen right over there as well. And on the screen, you know, we've got someone like Suzanne here. So this is a great example of a story. I've never met Suzanne. She's based in Hamburg. Suzanne says here, I like this video very much. I like the others too. I'd like to share my success story. So the success story. And she says, now as last I've jumped in, created a unisex handbag design last minute, and 2 days later, learned that my design was chosen for the finals of this year's Independent Handbag Designer Award. The award ceremony will take place next week in New York. So it's time to have a CEO part-time. I love your profiling system and tell everyone about it. Can you tell a little bit more about finding the right people? Okay, got it. And so this is like these kind of stories. You'll have customers around the world. You won't even know necessarily what their story is. The moment they share it, it actually becomes then informative to everyone else as well. But I love this one here, Jay Braden. Jay shares here, I love your videos, please continue, but here's a suggestion, which is why don't you get some of your friends, followers, why don't you interview them and hear their success stories, because that will allow us to get extra value from that as well. And I won't read the rest of it, you can see it there. But I thought, well, why don't we actually do that, right? So I'm actually going to jump down here. Anyone here who'd like to just share an experience you've had with either wealth dynamics or what you've gone through with the teachings and things we go through, where that story's kind of led to great things happening within your business, or even just the way you're running your life right now. So we have Heather over here. So we're going to can we give Heather a round of applause, please? We're going to Heather. Hey Heather, I'm going to come over here. So if you stand up, then everyone can see you. We've got the camera over here for Heather as well. Yeah, Heather, here we go. I didn't even know it's going to work. Does it work? Okay, awesome. Okay, so what would you share, Heather, with everyone?
Well, I'm a creator with a secondary mechanic. And a number of years ago when I first met Roger and discovered that, I stopped doing the things that are not working for me in my company. And I think since then, not only have we started Green Supercamp Australia, which has sort of started as a philanthropic aspect to our program.
But share with everyone what is Green Supercamp Australia, so that everyone here really gets it.
Green Supercamp Australia is a program that caters for children aged 10 to 18, built around 3 fundamental premises, which is personal leadership, academic acceleration, and environmental awareness. That's one of the things we do. The other part of the company is called the Elevation Company, and basically we're in the business of growing people. We teach people to discover and express the truth of who they are, so they can live the difference that they were born to make. So what we've done is integrate the two and look at how we can work with businesses who want to grow their people and recognise the gold in that, and then invited them to be a part of that opportunity, knowing that they can then make a difference to children's education, both here in Australia and overseas. And I think what I did was just get out of my own way.
Yeah.
And make sure that I'm just doing the creative and the innovative things. And as a result of that, our business has grown income-wise about 300%, people-wise about 150%.
So some of you guys are part of the team as well, right?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Here's the team. And one thing I really love is when I first met you those many years ago, you weren't at that point doing anything with kids. But that was something that you, when we talked about it, you said, that's really what I'd love to be doing more of. Yeah. And then you went straight into it straight away. And Supercamp is actually an organization that was set up by Bobby DePorter and Joe Chapon in America. And you brought that here, and we also did some work in Bali. But the great thing about it is you don't need to know all the how. If you get with the best in the world, they know how. And there's always a value in connecting up with those people and being of value, which is what you did too.
Absolutely. So and then we've now started to look at the formation of a youth services council here in Australia with a whole heap of other people who change young people's lives.
Hands up who would be really interested in meeting up with Heather over this weekend. Who do we have? Okay, so we've got a lot of people already involved in education as well. Thank you. Can we give Heather a big round of applause? Thank you. There's a story. We'll put a link on the video as well, so if you actually want to connect up, you can do that. Let's take another example. Who else would like to share? Oh wow, we're going right over this side. So we're going to head all the way over to Julie here. Can we give Julie a big round of applause? We have a microphone coming, Julie. Here it is. And yeah, Julie, how have you used the profiling and everything we do?
The profiling has been really instrumental as the foundation of our business, which is Agent Dynamics, working with real estate professionals in terms of how do they keep their teams in flow and how do they leverage from their profile.
So you already had a mentoring company. You're a successful agent yourself and a realtor. You already had a business that was supporting them in coaching.
Yes, we
You
did.
used Wealth Dynamics and turned it into Agent Dynamics, which
Correct.
allowed you to have it specifically just for realtors to actually improve the performance of the real estate agents.
Yes.
What's the growth of it been like? How long has it been since you started that? And how
We're
long?
about to celebrate our first anniversary on the 1st of July, which is really, really
That's like
exciting.
2 weeks away, right?
It is. It is. It's just been an incredible journey over the last 12 months. The business has grown and surpassed anything that we thought it would be. And I think the key thing about that is if both Neil, my business partner, and myself have been really, really focused on the value that we bring to the business and how do we leverage that. He's a creative profile, so he's a head in the clouds and strategic thinker. I'm a supporter profile. So the value that I bring is in the relationships that I build and the connections that I make in the business.
Right. So we have a real estate example. We've had an education example so far. Can we give Julie a big round of applause first of all? Thank you. Awesome. One more, right? One more. So we give every part of the room. Okay, we're going to come over to Bernadette here. 3 women. So that's pretty awesome. So here we come. And Bernadette, here is the microphone for you. And what would you like to share with everyone?
Well, I did your coaching a while back, and the thing that I learned was on a star profile. And you said to me, you really should be, shining the light on others. So I couldn't quite work out how to do that, but you said, look, just go and interview people. And I said, all right. So I started interviewing people, and that turned into a TV show for Fairfax, the Sydney Morning Herald and The Age, which is on their show, on their channel now.
Okay, how long did it take you to go from, all right, I'm going to, because I remember you sharing with me, you really wanted to get into the whole TV side, but it wasn't something you were doing at that point, right? You were doing copywriting and so on. How long did it take you from saying, right, that's it, what's what we want to do, to it actually getting featured by those national companies?
Well, it started after a phone call with you. I made a phone call to Rick Chen to be the first guest on my show, which I didn't even have a show at the time.
Right.
And he said, I'll be on it. So that's what
and
that
tell
started.
everyone who he is.
Oh, Rick Chen is the founder of Possible. But you said, go and
So
interview
Possible,
somebody.
given that this is going out to everyone around the world, Possible is like the Kickstarter for Australia. And he founded it. And so because Bernadette wanted to get involved in the digital marketing side, why not get involved as a star instead of trying to teach people what you know, interviewing the people out there, just like Oprah Winfrey does, who already have proven their success. So instead of climbing up the mountain with your brand, parachute in with the brand of others around you, right? Yeah.
Correct. So it didn't take long. It took about maybe 4 months before Fairfax took that up. But then what happened after that was more interesting because the government and Becky and a whole bunch of other companies saw what I was doing on the show and they said, we'd love you to run some events for us to help teach people about how to be more digital savvy. So I started running events around councils, and then Wiley Publishing heard all about that. And so I pitched an idea to them about the topic, and they said, why don't you write a book? So I've written a book from Wiley, and it's just been out 4 weeks, and it's number 5 on the best-selling list.
It's been out for 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Give her a round of applause.
Crazy.
Read the book.
I'm going to hand it back to you because
Is this one?
that one's for you.
Oh,
Because
wow, okay.
I just found that knowing your profile has been enormously helpful. So this is leading to all sorts of fun stuff.
Secrets of online entrepreneurs, how Australia's online mavericks, innovators and disruptors build their businesses and how you can too, on Amazon?
Yes, it's a Kindle at the moment.
And it's got a whole bunch of stories from people who've actually
Yeah,
made
so
success.
I went out from the TV show, that led to transcripts of those interviews.
Yeah.
And then that led to the book, and that led to other people wanting to be a part of it because they said, I'd like to be in your book too. And so it became very easy to get the top online entrepreneurs like Freelancer, Matt Barry's in the book,
Okay.
the guys from Temple and Webster, the guys from ProBlogger, Milan Direct, Stephanie Alexander, anyone who's sort of anyone in that
You got them all.
Australian
So,
world is in there.
so that's the thing. It's like with stars, it's not about shining light in yourself, it's shining light in others. So you choose who. It's not the what, it's the who that we want to be learning from. But this is a perfect example of it. Can we give Bernadette a big round of applause for that?
Thank you. I'll sign it.
Oh, look, she's already signed it for me as well. Look, there's one in here. This is awesome. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. No, pleasure.
So, were those really interesting stories? Yeah? And I'm actually showing everyone at the moment how I do a video, so we're actually here at the moment. It's probably a bit more shaky than it should be. Has this been helpful for everyone? Yeah? Okay, well, we're going to say goodbye right now from here. I think I'll probably do more. I think I'll do more stories so we can actually get those in here as well. I'm actually going to title this one, you know how they have like, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? I'm going to have in here what happens in Melbourne doesn't stay in Melbourne. It's like we get the stories out to the rest of the world. And I think that's one of the biggest things for everyone is to know that the more you're sharing, whatever the knowledge is, whatever the stories are, the more you share whatever your knowledge, your stories are. We've gone from a place of scarce resources where, things that like mining gold from the ground or money, the moment you share it, it gets less. We're going to now entrepreneurial resources where the more you share it, the more they grow. Whether it's knowledge, whether it's an idea, whether it's a connection. When I share a connection with you, when Bernadette shares her knowledge with you, she doesn't get less. She actually ends up growing it by the teaching of it, and you also all end up getting it as well. So whatever you've got, if you really care about it, share it, and the more you share it, the more it grows. So with that being said, we're going to post this up a little earlier than normal so that everyone here can also get connected in. If there's anyone here that you'd like to get connected in, you're going to be able to do that because we're going to have everyone in the comments as well. But thank you very much, everyone, and goodbye from Melbourne. Can everyone say a big goodbye? Bye. All right, okay.